Okay, good morning everyone, and we will start today's class at any point of time. If you have any question, query, objection, just unmute yourself and speak. So for now, for a long time, we've been discussing about various topics like, let me repeat, we started by understanding what is marketing. We went ahead, understood the evolution of marketing. Then we understood the macro and the micro environment. We further went ahead and we understood perception, attitude, motivation. We understood segmentation, targeting, positioning, and then we did the basics of market research. We also did the difference between B2B and B2C. And we did all this because I kept telling you that you need to do your homework before we come and start discussing about the different P's of marketing. Because you cannot do marketing unless and until you've done a solid homework and have a good foundation. And today, hopefully, we are ready to start with the first P, which is product. So if someone was to ask me, what is product? How do you define product? Very simple language. A product is anything that can be offered to the market that might satisfy, okay, there are some, let me just make this, can be offered to a market that might satisfy the need of the customer. Because as I keep telling you, what is marketing? Marketing is understanding the needs of the customer and meeting the needs of the customer profitably. And therefore, the first step is the product, which says that can be offered to the market. It's very simple, that might satisfy the need of the customer. But having said that, if this was a simple definition, then why did we have to do so many other things? Why did we have to understand segmentation, targeting, positioning? Why did we have to understand consumer behavior in terms of perception and motivation and learning? Why did we have to do all those things? Well, we have to do all these things because the simple statement holds so much value in itself. Because the first question that will come to my mind is, fantastic, okay, I will make the product, but what is the need of the customer? And that brings me to the question, who is the customer? Your marketing starts with the customer and ends with the customer. And to help you understand, let me take another example. So let's assume that you and I, we are the manufacturers of a microwave, and I have taken an absolutely basic, simple, a microwave. Now my question is, who is the customer? Because it's only then that I will understand the need of the customer and will accordingly work on my product. And to understand who is my customer, we do the segmentation. And maybe when I do the segmentation, there may be many segments. For the sake of simplicity, I decide to target one segment, and that segment is a working woman, right? So somewhere I have clarity now that who is my customer? A working woman. But is that enough? There are so many kinds of working women. Then why did I need to understand the perception and learning and motivation? No, even among the working women, maybe I'm looking at someone who likes cooking, but does not have enough time to do the cooking. Someone who likes cooking and is also looking for some kind of help or innovation in terms of cooking. Someone who likes cooking, but at the same time is also conscious about the nutritional facts. Someone who likes cooking, but maybe wants to step out of the traditional way of cooking. The moment I start defining my customer in so many details, the picture becomes more and more clear in front of me. And that's exactly what we are supposed to do. The way you define a customer, your customer should be visible in front of you. And that's what we've been doing in the past few classes, where I have shared reports with you, where they have described the customer with the expectations of the customer in good detail. And maybe that working woman also belongs to a household where men also contribute in the kitchen, so we are talking about a new generation, maybe a working woman. And maybe if I can picture it, because it is so important for me to understand that female. And when I say picture it, again, I nowhere mean the physical looks or anything. Whenever I say details, I'm talking about their perceptions, their motivation, their needs. How do they look at things? My working woman maybe looks someone like this, who is ambitious, who's a career woman, who is looking at the professional front, and yet at the same time, she loves the kitchen. She wants to be part of the kitchen. Being part of the kitchen is not something bad that she thinks of. She likes cooking. Yet she does not have the time, and maybe that's why she's looking for something which will help her cook, but maybe not take so much time. She is also health conscious, and therefore she's also looking at the fact that whatever she cooks should provide nutrition to her family. The moment we are clear about the needs of the customer, let us now see what can we do with our product. But then to understand the product, you need to understand the different levels of the product. And the first level is that what is the core need? Why are you making a microwave? What is the core need of the customer? And if I may look for my segment that I have decided to target, what is the core need? The core need is quality of time. The core need is quality of nutrition. The core need is balancing the professional and the personal work. That is the core need. And if that is the core need, what is the actual product? Yes, now comes the product. Do you see? I mean, the product doesn't even come into the picture till we are very, very clear about the core need. And when are we clear with the core need? Only when we are clear with who is the customer. Not just who is the customer, what are the needs of the customer? Someone might ask me, okay, then why did we study macro environment? Well, if you look at macro environment right now in India, it's a perfect time. Why? Because maybe 50 years ago, there were not so many working women. And even if there were so many working women, maybe, I mean, they weren't really ready to take so many innovative steps. But today, I mean, we have, I mean, I think every household has there are so many working women, plus women are now career conscious, they dream, and yet at the same time, they also have to look after their household, but they get help from their partners also. So what is the actual product? Yes, now we come to the actual product, which is a microwave. And in the microwave, in the actual product, what will we do? Now we will shape. So this, which was a basic microwave, now we will shape it according to the need of the customer. And then when we have shaped it according to the need of the customer, the last level is the augmented product. What do you mean by the augmented product? Where you provide things which are beyond the need, or which sort of you can say are accessories, but at the same time are extremely important. So you provide those support services, which may be warranty or which may be something else. Now let's see how we can translate this in our case for a microwave. So I hope we are clear with who is our customer and what are the needs of the customer. If anyone is not clear, please stop me now before I go ahead and start shaping this microwave with the needs of the customer, and then take it to the next level of the augmented product. Any question, ask me now. Okay, since there are no questions, I assume you have understood. So let's see, obviously, I mean, I'm going to now take you to the website of a company which does make microwave, and I'm not their salesperson, but I just thought that that's the best way to help you understand that how in a basic product, now they will create the actual product with the needs, and then the augmented product. So let me take you to the website of the company. Yeah, so this is Samsung, and they make microwave. I'm not a salesperson of Samsung, but look at this now. What are the features? Now we are putting the needs of the customer. It says to let you cook restaurant quality dishes from the comfort of your kitchen. Look at the features. It helps you cook up to 50% less time. Yes, she doesn't have time. She's managing a lot of things. It gives you quality. It also gives you time. Then it lets you fry food using up to 80% less fat. So what are they doing? They are again because she is also health conscious. And finally, they're talking about the traditional food also. So, I mean, it's not that just because I have a microwave, we'll stop, we will not have our Indian cuisine. No, we only want Indian cuisine. And yes, therefore it has that roti and naan thing also, plus other features. Now, an actual product has come into the picture. And yes, it is good looking, so it looks good. But what about the augmented features now? So what are the augmented features? The other support services. Now, when you look at other support services, look at this, 10-year warranty, or they're talking about other things. I have just looked at 10-year warranty. But what I really liked when I augmented features, they have something called a My Recipe app. So if she wants to understand how to cook different dishes, they are providing you with an app. I mean, really, really cool, really modern. And yes, so customized chef, cook time alert. Not only that, they provide a recipe booklet, which helps you cook the dishes which you want to, and look at it, all Indian cuisine. So much so that you can cook poha also. I didn't know that you can cook poha also in this. So many dishes, right? So what have they done? They started by understanding who is the customer. They understood the needs of the customer. And how do you understand the needs of the customer? You understand the needs of the customer by perception, by motivation, and so on. They understood the macro environment. Yes, females are looking after the needs of the females is an extremely important decision now. It's also an economically good decision because now they have the buying power. 50 years ago, maybe they didn't have the buying power, but today they can take their own decisions. So, yes, so they then transformed this into an actual product and augmented it not just with warranty and so on, but a beautiful app. So you can have an app where you can learn about the dishes, and if you're not comfortable with the app, they have given you a cookery booklet with Indian cuisines where you can make the dishes for your family in half the time, nutritious, so on and so forth. At this point, maybe let me stop and come back to you and ask, are we clear with what we have been talking up till now? Any question, please ask me before I move on to the next step. Are we clear with what is a product? And then are we clear what is the core benefit? How do we transform the product into the actual product? And finally, an augmented product. Anyone with any questions?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So let's move. If we are clear, then let's move forward and let's understand. But a company may not just have, yes, if I'm an entrepreneur and I'm just starting, then maybe, yes, I'll just have one product and not too many varieties or so on. But if it's an established company, then maybe they just don't have one product. They may have a number of products. And if they have a number of products, then how do I look at the entire product portfolio, right? So, I mean, if you look at different companies, if you look at Colgate, then maybe they have toothpaste, they have toothbrush, they have mouthwash, they have other all oral kind of products. Similarly, if you look at HUL, Hindustan Unilever, they have a number of products. So how do we look at a product portfolio? Well, for this, again, let me show you a slide and then help you understand with a real-time example. So if I have to look at product portfolio, we say that we look at 2-3 things. We look at, so this is entire product mix. We look at the width, we look at the length, we look at the depth, and what is not written is we look at consistency. Okay, so let me explain one by one what do I mean by this. So for any company, this is a hypothetical example of a product portfolio of a company. Now for every company, they may have different products, right? So for example, they may have mobile, televisions. So each one becomes a product line. And the number of product lines become your product mix width. So this company has, the width is 4 because it has 4 product line: green, yellow, purple, and blue. Okay, so it has 4 product lines. Now for every product line, it may have further sub-products over there. So for example, this green product line has 4 product subtypes. This is the depth of the green product line. On the other hand, if you look at blue product line, then it has further 3 kinds. So it has LCD TVs, LED TVs, and plasma TVs, and further LCD TVs have their subdivisions. Okay, so this whole, so for any product line, the total number of products out here becomes the length. So the product line length of blue product line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me repeat this again. So what is the product width of this particular company? 4. Green, yellow, purple, blue. I mean, I'm just saying the colors because we don't know what the product is, right? What is the product line depth of green product line? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What is the length of the blue product line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to take a minute? Take a minute. Then comes the 4th thing, which is not written, which is consistency. Now, what do we mean by consistency? It means that how closely do these products sort of look like relatives of each other, you know? So so mobile, yeah, sort of looks a relative of the television, maybe because they both belong to the electronic sector. So how closely are the different product lines? Do they look like they belong to the same ancestors? They belong to the same family? Does this mean that you should always have consistency? Well, this is a decision which depends on every company. Yes, I mean, theoretically, it is recommended that you should have consistency in your product mix. But then, as I said, there is nothing called a right answer or a wrong answer, because the goals of one company may be very different from the goals of another company. And therefore, yes, there are companies which do not really believe in this consistency, and they have products which do not look like relatives at all. They look from two different planets. So for example, HDFC Bank also has an HDFC school. I mean, these are education and banking. They really don't look like relatives to each other. And yet, I mean, they have launched it and they believe in it. So it's okay. As I said, there's nothing called a right answer or a wrong answer. We just define things. And consistency means how closely the different product lines are related to each other. The best way I always feel is to understand by examples, and that's why I keep giving you different examples. So if I have to explain a product portfolio also to you, I think let's go to a live company. So let me share the website of a live company with you, a real-time example. And this is Sarigama company. Now look at the Sarigama company. It has a music store. It has Carvaan. It has Carvaan Go. It has Carvaan Mini. It has Udly Films. And it has earphones. Okay, so if you look at their product lines, product line number 1, which is music store, I would club all the Carvaans under one because it's Carvaan. So product line number 2, which is Carvaan, product line number 3, which is Udly Films, and product line number 4, which is earphones. Are you understanding? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Further, now let's see the subdivisions. Look at music store. They have Hindi films, regional films, devotional, kids, classical, ghazals, Rabindra Sangeet, remix, others, and so on, right? So what is this? This becomes their depth. So what is the depth of the product line called music store? 10, because I can see 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So this becomes their depth. However, when I look at the second product line, which is Carvaan, so maybe it will look something like this. Yeah, I haven't completed this slide because that's what you are going to do. So look at this. They have 4 product lines: music store, Carvaan, Udly Films, and earphones. Now, when we look at music store, they have so many different kinds, and therefore, what is the depth of the product line called music store? 10. When I look at Carvaan, now look at this. They have Carvaan Go, and they have Carvaan Mini. Now, in Carvaan, they have Carvaan 2.0 Gold, Carvaan only 2.0, Carvaan Gold, and so on. I haven't completed. So when you will count all this, I think, so if we actually go over here, if you count all this, and this, and this will give you the product line length of the product line called Carvaan. While they have so many subdivisions of Carvaan, so many subdivisions of music store, they even have subdivisions of Udly Films. It's a company's decision. When it comes to earphones, they have only one kind. They have only one kind. And yes, it has these features. They are not claiming that they have a lot of things, and that's it. However, if you look at the consistency, somewhere they look like relatives of each other, right? I mean, in the sense, music is related to Carvaan and film. This is all entertainment. So what is the core benefit that they are giving to the people? It's entertainment. And then they have gone ahead and created different products. At this point, again, let me come back and understand from you people if this is too much, or are you understanding what we are talking about? Anyone who is not clear is completely lost. And
No, ma'am.
You said,
ma'am.
Ma'am, I said I understood.
Yes, Samit? Okay.
Ma'am, I didn't understand product line length, ma'am.
You are having a?
Ma'am, I have a problem with product line length, ma'am.
Okay, tell me what is the problem. You haven't understood.
Yeah, ma'am, but product line depth and length are similar, so I'm getting confused.
Okay, so let me show you the slide again. And now, Samit, I mean, just unmute yourself where you don't understand and stop me, okay? So
Yes,
let
ma'am.
me show you this. Samit, so look at, you're clear with product line, right? So this company has 4 product lines. Is it clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Now, product line, green product line, it has 4 subdivisions. So this is the length. How many it has? 4. So we will similarly product line yellow, and this one has 2. The length is 2. Okay? Sorry, the depth is 2. For yellow product line and this one, the depth is 3. So every product line has different depth. Okay,
Ma'am,
Samit?
ma'am, you are
No,
not presenting. Ma'am,
not
you're not
sharing the
presenting.
screen.
Sorry?
You're not sharing the screen. You're not sharing the screen.
Oh, sorry. Just thanks for telling me. I'm sorry. Just a minute. Is the screen visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Samit, we'll start from the beginning. So, this company has 4 product lines. It is called green, yellow, purple or mobile phones, and blue or television. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's go to green product line. Green product line further has 4 kinds of products. So this becomes the depth of green product line. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
What is the depth of yellow product line? Well, for this one, the depth is 2. And for this one, the depth is 3. What is
Okay,
the
ma'am.
depth of product line mobile phones? The depth is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by length? If this is a depth, then what do you mean by length? Length means how many total products in a product line. So, how many total products in green product line? 4. So, in this case, the depth and length are same, Samit. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
However, for blue, it's not the same. Why? Because the depth for LCD TV is 2. The depth for LED TV is 3. The depth for plasma TV is 2. But the total length of television is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone else? Well, great. If all of you are clear, then comes my question for you, which you will answer. But before that, let me summarize. So today we have finally taken that first step to understand one of the P's, and which is product. We have started that journey, and hopefully we'll be able to develop a product, then price it, promote it, and distribute it. But what is important to understand is to reach that first step, we have to do a lot of homework. You don't just get up in the morning and say, you know what, I think I want to enter the world of entertainment or films or something like that. There's a lot of homework to be done. And the homework is to be done in terms of understanding who is your customer. Because marketing starts with the customer and ends with the customer. And I will keep repeating it maybe a billion times, because as I say, even if someone wakes you up at night and say, what is marketing? You should be able to say that marketing is meeting the demands of the customer profitably. It starts with the customer and ends with the customer. And how do we identify the needs of the customer? We identify the needs of the customer by perception, by motivation. But is that enough? No, we also need to understand the macro and the micro environment, because maybe that female wanted to save time 50 years ago. She wanted to cook in an innovative style 50 years ago also, but at that time the macro environment did not suit her. The macro environment was not which made her financially independent. And though even at that point of time, she may have required a microwave, but she had not generated demand because she had no buying power. But today she is a decision maker, right? It's only when we did this homework that we understand who is our customer and what are the needs of our customer. Once we understand who's the customer and what is the need of the customer, then we are ready to understand our product. But again, the first question is always, what is the core benefit that this product is going to give? The core benefit that that product was going to give is not, so for example, when we go to different kinds of hotels, the core benefit is not really the room. The core benefit is that you're going there to relax, or you're going there for business, and therefore you want things in place. You want to relax. Similarly, the core benefit that we were looking by a microwave was quality, whether it be quality of time, quality of cooking. That's what we were looking at, because she doesn't have time. At the same time, she wants to give nutritious food to her family, and yet at the same time, she wants to balance everything. Once we are clear with the core benefit, then, for example, what is the core benefit that Sarigama is giving? Entertainment. Then you go on to the actual product, where you start putting the features according to the need of the customer. And then you go to the next level, which is the augmented product, where you add other things like warranty, or in this case, the cookery book or the recipe app, right? While this is true for one particular product, there are companies which have a number of products with them, established companies, MNCs, and therefore we have something called a product portfolio, where we try to look at the different things like product line, length, depth, and very important, consistency. So some companies believe in consistency, while some companies are ready to take a risk and venture into an absolutely new territory. As I said, there's nothing called a right or a wrong decision, because every company will take a decision based on their microenvironment. Every company would do their SWOT analysis and then go ahead and take the necessary decision. Well, so much for today's class. We'll come to the end of today's class, but what I have for you to help you understand better, I'm going to share in the Google Classroom. So let me just end today's session